What's up everybody, Proxyrops here, and today I will be doing a blind bag opening. I kind of hinted that I was going to be doing one of these in my fossils video. Well, here it is. But before I get started, there are two things I want to mention. One, as early as the first bag, I do get into Harry Potter spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movies or read the books, you might want to click off this video. Two, if you have ever opened a Harry Potter Lego set, then you know that these wizards come with plenty of wands, so that will be the one thing I will not mention during these openings. With that out of the way, let's get started with the first bag. Bag 1 has Kingsley Shacklebolt, which has already made these bag openings a good start, since he was one of the minifigures I wanted the most. He's one of my favorite minor characters in the series, and two of my favorite things about him in general are that he was one of the last three to duel Voldemort before Harry's final confrontation with the Dark Lord, as well as having one of the most fitting Patronuses of any character throughout the series, a lynx. Bag 2 has Dumbledore, and with him we get Fawkes the Phoenix. This will make him the third different Dumbledore to my collection, which is not something I'm going to complain about. Though, what I will complain about is that I do dislike gown looks that characters get. I'm glad Kingsley didn't get this treatment, since I feel it would have also fit his character to have one. I know the bottom half has to match the top half specifically, but in most times I would want to get rid of the gown look is to have them sit. It's always been one of my nitpicks with Legos, and I feel it was good to bring up here. Bag 3 has a second Kingsley Shacklebolt, and while he was one of the ones I was looking most forward to getting, he was not high on the list I wanted duplicates of. The reason being is that I find his accessory the least versatile of this series, in my opinion. There are a few characters in the series I would not mind having duplicates because of both the character and their accessory. While Shacklebolt is in the minifig category, I think there could have been a lot more fitting choices that could have come along with him other than a broomstick. Think of how cool it would have been if he actually did come with his Patronus. One of the biggest selling points the Room of Requirement set has for me is that it comes along with two new Patronuses to add to my collection. As for others in this series like Ron and Hermione, who both come with a cup of butterbeer, making that a guaranteed duplicate accessory I can find more use for, over just a broomstick. That's actually the reason why I haven't picked up the Quidditch Lego set, at least until they make broomsticks a bit more believable with Legos. Bag 4 has Professor Sprout. Her accessories are a mandrake as well as a planter pot for it. While Sprout isn't one of my favorite characters in the series, it's nice to finally have not only another teacher to add at Hogwarts, but the head of Hufflepuff House at that, completing my Head of House collection, as well as making her the second Hufflepuff minifigure I have, the other being Cedric Diggory. Bag 5 has George Weasley, who is another from the series that I was looking most forward to getting, because outside the Diagon Alley set, this is the only way to get either of the Weasley twins. And with how often the main three get released, it would be nice to see some of the other minor characters get more of a release, one example being the aforementioned Quidditch set. While this one isn't one I love display-wise, it still comes with unique characters like Oliver Wood, Lucian Bowl, and Marcus Flint. Plus, similar to how Mrs. Sprout became my second Hufflepuff, this Weasley will become the second Weasley to add to my collection. Along with George comes the Marauder's map, which can always find use within the Hogwarts walls, or as a future prop in the LEGO Museum. Bag 6 has Ronald Weasley. And when it comes to the minifig part of things, Harry, Hermione, and Ron were the three I was looking least forward to getting. Not that I don't want them in the long run, it's just, I have more than enough Rons. But what is new to my collection is the cup of butterbeer that comes with them. I enjoy getting these kind of accessories in particular. I even have a whole bag dedicated to food, drink, and party parts because they can be integrated to almost any other display. Bag 7 has a second Miss Sprout, and like I said, she may not be one of my favorites in the series. It's always nice to have as many teachers at Hogwarts as possible, as well as her mandrake fitting in very well to a set I am currently building. Bag 8 has Bellatrix Lestrange, and while normally I would be pretty psyched to get her, similar to Sprout and Dumbledore, she comes in a gown-like attire. A Sirius Black I got last year, still in partial Azkaban uniform, has regular legs, so I don't understand why they couldn't have done something like that with her. I've already mentioned my dislike for them earlier, so I won't go into too much detail again. The accessories that come along with her are her prison number as well as a pair of handcuffs. Unfortunately, like Shacklebolt, I think they are rather boring in versatility. Her prison number are mostly unique to her, and her handcuffs, while cool, at the moment I don't have much use for them among my LEGO displays. Though her big selling point for me is the fact that she is a Harry Potter villain, something that I don't have many of, but I would definitely want more of, even if a duplicate. Bag 9 has a third duplicate, and that is Dumbledore. But outside my pretty obvious nitpick I could say about this minifig, Dumbledore was one of the ones in the series that I don't mind getting duplicates of. Not only does it make him my 4th Dumbledore overall, I really do like the style of this minifig, and it gives me my 2nd Fawkes, who I feel is not just an accessory, but is more of a character just due to their importance within the series. The final bag has Luna Lovegood, who is another one of those I wanted the most from this series. It's nice to have a fellow Ravenclaw to add to my little collection, and she's just a fun character in general, as can be seen in her accessory. It's a unique one, because hers is a headdress, and it can be worn by pretty much anyone wanting to support the Gryffindor house in a Quidditch match, now giving me incentive to finally get that specific LEGO set. Because these are blind bags, I feel I cannot give this a 1 through 10 like I could a normal LEGO build, so instead I'm going to list the ones I got, and rank them 16 to 1 depending on how much I wanted them in the series. Ron was last on my list in the 16 through 14 spots, because while getting a glass of butterbeer is nice, I do have enough minifigures of this specific character. Professor Sprout is number 13. While I'm not upset I got 2 of her because of the mandrake that comes along with her, there are still others out there that I would have rather gotten duplicates of. From 13 we skip to 11 with Dumbledore, another character I got duplicates of. And I like his design overall, as well as it adds 2 Fawkes to my collection. Bellatrix Lestrange comes in at number 10. While her accessories aren't the best, it's great to have her to get that rematch between her and Sirius, as well as just having more Harry Potter baddies in general. Kingsley Shacklebolt at 6. While he was low on the list of the ones I wanted duplicates of, he was one of the main ones I did want from this series because of how awesome of a minor character and powerful wizard he is. Also, part of me wants to believe he was in Ravenclaw, just to help that collection grow. With my 5 and 4 spot, that would be George Weasley. While I really did hope to get both the twins in the same opening, it's still nice to finally add another Weasley member to my collection. Finally holding the top spot for this video and the number 3 minifigure I wanted overall from this series, and that's Luna Lovegood, the main Ravenclaw of the group during Harry's saga at Hogwarts, and the one student I will gladly get as much weirdness as possible in minifigure form.